If we look at why Native American societies developed the way they did in such distinct and complex ways, it's mainly due to the diverse resources and diverse environments that we can find in North America. We can see a good example of this if we start in the Southwest and compare that to Native American societies of the Eastern Woodlands. In the Southwest, in the arid, almost desert-like, resource-deficient conditions of the Southwest, the Pueblo Indians, as well as other groups, utilized agriculture, and agriculture relying on the type of irrigation systems that we see here, to produce an abundance of food. Their farming methods, those methods of irrigation farming, were so productive that many members of these societies could focus on something other than producing food. Not everybody had to worry about finding dinner. So you have other people doing things like engaging in the arts, administration, oftentimes overseeing the farming and irrigation systems, religious leaders emerging, like that guy we see down there in the lower right, as well as construction, and we'll get to that in a minute. As a result of this type of economy, we have a priest and a noble class emerging to oversee those irrigation systems and other administrative requirements. And we also have artists creating elaborately decorated pots like those seen in the background, as well as jewelry like that made out of turquoise on the left. We also have permanent, defensible, sometimes even brick structures that were built in the Southwest to support the relatively large communities of Native Americans that we find in this area. If we compare this to the Eastern Woodlands, where we have Algonquin and Iroquois Native Americans, although they both grew some corn and beans and other foods, the abundant resources in the Eastern Woodlands, by comparison, allowed these people to subsist mainly on hunting and gathering and just supplement their diet with farmed crops. As a result, those Eastern Woodland communities were typically smaller. It's harder to have a large community relying on hunting and gathering. And even the Algonquins utilized semi-permanent structures, much different than the adobe structures in the Southwest. These were ones that could be quickly rebuilt if game became scarce. And the Iroquois even developed a matriarchal system as compared to that very hierarchical, male-dominated society in the Southwest. It's much more egalitarian in parts of the Eastern Woodlands. Now, throughout North America, there are conflicts between different Native American groups, oftentimes over valuable hunting areas, over plentiful fishing areas, or foraging areas that were especially prosperous. But remember, this is on a relatively small scale with relatively low numbers of casualties, because this is before guns and this is before horses, two innovations that are dramatically going to change warfare in North America with the arrival of Europeans. So, the differences in the tribes of the Southwest compared to those of the Eastern Woodlands really demonstrates the diverse societies of pre-Columbian North America.